lost between council and the other committees. So I think if we move forward with that direction, then everything will go.
You look like you've got something.
I've got a couple of things that haven't been touched on. One of them was the city water runoff. It's been in the works for 22 years on Locker Drive. Last time I was here, we talked about it someday getting fixed and put in, and I have not seen or heard anything since. Water still runs up over my curb, over my neighbor's curb. The curb is washed out by this much now from the storms that we've had here lately. The storms go up over the mailbox on 2 houses down, because I have 2 hills that come down right at our property. And they said something about they were going to come in and put bricks in and backfill it. Well, none of that's happened, nothing. It's supposed to all still be in the works. I don't know.
Jeremy is the one you need to talk to about
exactly.
that.
And
We just discussed it, we can't
We
legally
discussed
answer
it
today
today,
at our stormwater meeting.
Yeah, have you been to that?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
And-
'cause that's a good group to go to.
And that's the thing. I mean, I think now that they've changed it on the storm drains, they're looking at putting more up at the top of the hill, vice just down at the bottom of the hill, I think. Didn't they say that?
No, sir.
Well, I know that they came out, they marked some marking in the streets and on my property and stuff like that, and that's all I've seen. All that's been washed away since they've done that, so I don't know where we stand with that. And the fire departments, when they come down and they flush the fire hydrants, the hydrants flood our yards too. I mean, if it's just the fire hydrant that's flooding our yards, you can imagine what it is when we get our torrential downpours.
Sure.
And it's that bad. So, my second issue is Martin also knows I'm having problems with the city code enforcement officer. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I bought fence pickets and had them put in my yard back in 18. Since then, my mother passed away. I've had 5 surgeries. Sorry. And I have 53 pages from the city code enforcement coming by, taking pictures of my house every week to 2 weeks or 5 days for the same thing. This latest one, she's come and she's getting on to me about having a little yellow cart in front of my gate that I put there because I get packages. My dog likes to tear the packages apart if they come over the gate. And if I leave them on the other side of the gate, porch pirates take them. I've had 5 packages taken from my property, and there's nothing I can do about it. But yet, code enforcement is giving me an issue because I have a little yellow cart parked in front of my gate to get packages.
So number one, you've got a neighbor that is calling and complaining, or you wouldn't be...
Actually, no. I've known all my...
Well, I'm just telling you, but first of all, we can't respond to that because it's not on the agenda.
Okay, well, this is the issue. When I get threatened also by the prosecuting attorney in court, that if I want my violations that I've never received, I get a letter in the mail from the attorney saying, you have 11 days to take care of this. I get it on the 9th day. I call the attorney calls the city. The city says they've already gone to warrant. How they go to warrant on the 9th day when I get the letter, I do not know. And then when I come into court and I tell them that I just received this letter, and I just found out 2 days ago that I've got court from my attorney from the prior one, and I asked for this, I get threatened that I'm going to trial instead of dismissing my case because what was wrote up was dismissed. I moved the stuff because she complained about it and everything else, and I removed it. And then when I say I want copies of this, the attorney tells me, well, if you want copies for it, you're going to trial. And he looked at the judge and says, set him up for trial because I'm not dismissing him if he wants these for court. And I said, first, I'm not contesting anything. I just wanted copies of this. there's nothing in here that shows that she sent these letters certified. Says she sent them certified, but there's nothing in this packet that shows that the letters were sent certified. Why?
I'm gonna stop you right there for a minute. Isn't this something that needs to be put on the agenda so we can, like, at the
That's what I'm
very...
saying, we can't answer
Yeah.
anything.
So
we
what
can't-
I would advise you to do is, we wanna hear you out, but there's steps that we have to do. So if you would get with Marvin and get on the agenda, then we can hear you out, because all of that would have been at the beginning of the